So it's been a while, and I figured I would make an update video. What's up with me? Well, I'm back in Brooklyn, as most of you guys remember, and I finally got a job. So I am teaching at a college um, as an adjunct faculty member. So I'm now an adjunct professor. Children call me professor or doctor. It's kind of cool. And I'm teaching 3 courses. Pretty fun. I don't know if I'll ever get used to repeating myself continuously, um, or if I'll get used to teaching a class that's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Luckily, that class is only once a week. But nevertheless, I'm enjoying it. This is my first week. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited about what's going to happen, this semester, next semester, to continue doing this. It's a perfect schedule because I don't have to get up early. My first class isn't until 11, and the latest that I'm done on Mondays and Wednesdays is at 4:50 or something like that. So I'm usually home by like 5:20 at the latest with traffic. So that's what's going on with me work-wise. Other than that, as you can see, I decided that I wanted long, luxurious braids. And I've had these braids for about 3 weeks. I think it'll be 3 weeks on Monday. Can't remember. But I got them because I went on a vacation. Been traveling quite a bit and visiting friends and family. First trip that I went to Martha's Vineyard. Great trip. Went to go visit one of my friends from boarding school. I hadn't been to see her in Martha's Vineyard. Her family owns a home there. They live there year round. So I went to go visit her. I hadn't seen her in about 6 years on the islands. So that was fun. Ate lots of lobster and mussels and clams. Great seafood. And then my next big trip was to Hawaii. I went to go visit my cousins. They are stationed over there for the next year and a half, and I'm actually going to go back in January. I had that much fun, and I really didn't get a chance to see very much. Went over for some personal reasons, just to check on my family and see how they were doing. So I didn't really go over to play tourist, but I did get to see quite a few things. I got to climb up the top of a volcanic crater. That's really cool. So I went up Coco Head, which is over 1,000 steps one way. Really cool, something I never thought I would do. And then I jumped in the ocean with all my clothes on about an hour after doing that. It's kind of fun. What else? The week after I went to Hawaii, so I spent 1 week there on the island of Oahu, and that's where Honolulu is. Spent a week on Oahu, and then I flew back to New York, and about 48 hours later, I was on a flight to St. Martin to to see my uncle from Virginia and my aunt from North Carolina, and my mom was there too. So we had a little mini family reunion in St. Martin. Beautiful, beautiful place. What's funny is that Hurricane Irene was Tropical Storm Irene whenever we were on St. Martin. So we got there Saturday, August 20th, and as our plane was landing, there was a storm coming in. I suppose it was, something to do with Irene. And so here's the runway, and our plane is landing, and the thunderstorm hits, and we pull back up. And we circled around for a couple of minutes until the weather subsided. After that, we spent the next couple of days in gray skies, and it was raining, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to go back to Hawaii. Oh, this is miserable. But then it all cleared up, and I had a great vacation. Checked out both the Dutch and the French side of St. Martin. And then I took a little ferry to St. Bart's. St. Bart's was cool. Had the best meal ever. So French people, kudos to you. You guys know how to make a filet mignon de porc. And then the next day, mommy and I and a cousin, we did a day sail. We sailed to Anguilla. And I went snorkeling. Me who cannot swim, put on a floaty belt, some flippers, a mask with a breathing tube, and just went for it in at least 20-foot deep water. Really cool. Only thing that freaked me out was two things that freaked me out The first thing was that my mouthpiece for the breathing tube didn't fit very well. So it was just really hard for me to clamp down and make it so that the water wasn't coming in. But, you know, water did come in eventually, and it would go in my tube, and then I would be breathing in salt water and hot mess. So that was a little difficult. Once I got that under control, I started to kind of panic because I got into a section where there was a whole bunch of coral reef, and it just dropped. Like, you could see all the way to the bottom. You could see all the fish, and that was great. But the coral reef, like, they just kept attacking me. I know that they're stationary, they don't really move, but they were just jutting out from nowhere, it seemed, and I didn't like it. I got scraped on my toe and was bleeding, and it's just a little boo-boo. But other than that, I was really, really happy that I did it because I wasn't going to do it. I was really scared. So I'm very, very happy that I conquered that, and I'd love to try it again. Uh, what else did I do? So we went snorkeling. I petted a starfish in the water. That was so cool. On my way back to the boat after I was done snorkeling, a little like silver fish came up by me, and he swam alongside me and kind of tickled me the whole time. It was very slimy and gross, but kind of cool all at the same time. And so yeah, and my goal was to get 3 shades darker. I think I've achieved that goal. See? Yeah. What else? And then I came back, and it was time for me to start work. And I just got back from one of my girlfriend's wedding. Wonderful, fabulous time. I've known this girl since she was 1 year old, and I must have been, maybe she was 2 and I was 1. She's a year older than me. But her mom would see me, she lived across the street, and her mom would see me playing in the yard. And if she had to go somewhere, she would just drop her off in the yard and go about her business. So my mom used to babysit her. It's really cool. So we've been friends for over 25 years. Kind of cool. It's just really great to see her so happy and to get married and to start a new chapter in life. And I love love. So that's what's new with me. I don't know. I'm kind of like not in the video making mood with that. And I realize how noisy it is in my house because it's hot and I keep my windows open, and I live on a really, really, really busy boulevard. So welcome back to New York. Other than that, I'm having a great time and just really, really happy and loving life. So I've been watching your videos, and y'all going through some things, but I'm enjoying life. So, before I forget, I will be doing the Diva Half Marathon in Long Island on October 2nd. So if anyone out there is doing it, let me know, send me a message, and maybe we can kind of meet up before the race. I'm really excited. It's my first race on the East Coast, like my first endurance event on the East Coast. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to train very much. Yeah, I had an 8-week training schedule and trained for maybe 3 days. So I will probably be walking most of it, and if not all of it. And that's okay. I just have to finish before 3.5 hours. By the way, it's Labor Day weekend, so you're going to hear a lot of soca playing in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, so that's all. I want you guys to have a great, great, great long weekend, and I look forward to talking to you and responding with you. What am I talking about? I don't know. I'm tired. Okay, so deuces.